Good morning, guys. Welcome to class. This is going to continue on from the previous session I just taught, and this is on the homes we live in. So we're going to look at describing words to talk about where we live and the kind of houses, the kind of homes we live in. In the last class, in the previous class, we were talking a lot. In this class, we're going to learn more vocabulary, more new words. So hopefully lots of people can join in and we can have an interesting discussion. So we'll see who comes. Cool, we have someone already. Laszlo's back. Great.
Hi.
How are you? Are you okay?
Okay.
I didn't lose you in the previous class then, yeah? It was okay for you?
Yes, it is good class.
Cool, no worries.
But
I hope
my English is very poor.
No, it's okay, yeah? So it's all right, it's not too bad. Okay, but now we're going to focus mainly on vocabulary. I'm going to send you a new document, okay? Could you please open this? And if anyone's out there who wants to join in, this is for beginners and intermediate, lower level intermediate, but you're all welcome, okay? So please join in and we'll continue learning some new words. So, Laszlo, have you managed to open this? Could you open this?
Just a minute.
All right. In the meantime, Igor's back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now I see why you said that I'm quite advanced.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
Okay.
Why you said that I'm quite advanced. I thought that you joke.
Okay, there you go. Yes, no, that's cool. Okay, so Igor, did you manage to open this?
Yeah, now I opened.
There you go. Cool. So in that case, let's have a look at this. I'm going to share my screen just in case people are watching and they can't open. We're going to continue with this. Okay, we're going to start from the beginning. And we're going to see where it goes. So let's get Laszlo, please, to read the first paragraph on the sheet. You may have to zoom in.
Yes, we live on the outskirts of the town, and it is very nice location. We used to live in the center, but we moved our present flat when we had children because there is more space for them to play. And it has nice views.
Okay, good. To live on the outskirts of town. This is appropriate, I think, for you, Laszlo. I think you said in the last class you lived just outside of your town. Is that true? You said you lived outside of your city.
No, I live in center.
Oh, in the center, yes. Yeah. Okay, in that case, you could say I don't live on the outskirts of town. So on the outskirts, outskirts is just outside. So. It's you don't live in the center, you just live outside. You live on the outskirts, on like the border maybe.
Mm-hmm. Can we use in another sentences? I mean, not related to town or city?
Not really. Yeah, it's always town. The outskirts of a city. The outskirts. If you're saying the outskirts of a group, no, you couldn't say that. It's with a town or city. So okay. It's like the border. So I wouldn't even say you live on the outskirts of a country. No, you'd say I live on the border of Scotland or whatever, or no, town, city, yep, on the outskirts. So, on the outskirts of, Igor, do you live on the outskirts? I can't remember.
No, I live in a city.
In the center.
Not in the center, but it's relatively not far from a city center.
Yeah, relatively close.
It's about on the car in 5 minutes. You are in city center.
Okay, so you would live in the city, yeah? On the outskirts would be out. Would you like to live on the outskirts? You go.
It depends. If I would have a house, and a beautiful house would be, I would like to live there. And of course, if there would be safe to live. Do you know, without robbery, without what we can name muggers or robbery?
Crime, yeah. So in general, crime you can say. So
with low criminality. If would be a low criminality in that place. I would like to live there.
I'd say low crime rate. So if there's a low crime rate and the house is nice, why not?
Yeah, if it's a low crime rate in that place and it's a good place, nice place, I would like, of course.
Yeah, then why not? Yeah, that's cool. So if there's a low crime rate. Okay, and what about you, Laszlo? Would you like to live on the outskirts of your city?
Yes, I live the outskirts city.
So you live on the outskirts, and what would you say? Compare the outskirts with the centre. What about the crime rate? Do you know what this means? The crime rate, the rate of crime. How much crime there is?
Its crime is very low in the city, and equal in the center in the old scribe in the city.
So it's the same, yeah? So it's the same
Yes,
regardless
yes,
of whether
yes,
you
yes.
live in the centre or the outskirts. Cool. Okay, and Sabri, nice to speak with you again.
Okay, nice to meet you.
And
Nice. Okay.
And Sabri, the first new word we learnt was outskirts. So the outskirts is just outside of the city, like on the border. Sabri,
Yes.
I can't remember, do you live on the outskirts of your city? I think you said you did. It was one of the guys from Turkey, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
No mounts here because no mounts on the outskirts secured. No mount here. And outside. I living outside city.
You live in the outskirts, yeah? In the outskirts. Sorry, the outskirts.
Outskirts.
Outskirts, which means I live in the outskirts of
Outskirts mount and house. Outskirts.
Sorry, who's is it Sabri? Yeah.
What does mean outskirt? I'm sorry.
So outskirts is just outside. So you don't live in the center. You don't really live in a district, but you live just outside. I guess it's not really accurate in the UK, but I live 1 hour. Well, now I don't, but usually I live 1 hour from London. You could say this is on the outskirts of London. However, we don't say this because the UK is small, and 1 hour away from London is still quite a distance away. Yeah. So if you live maybe in Russia, and you live because Russia is a big country, and you live 1 hour from Moscow, then you would probably say on the outskirts of Moscow, because relatively speaking, 1 hour to Moscow is close compared with the size of Russia. Yeah, but in the UK, 1 hour from London is close, but not particularly close. So I wouldn't say outskirts, but you could say. So outskirts is just outside of, but it's relative.
So you do not live outside of or outskirts of London. You live far from London.
Well, I live 1 hour, and I wouldn't. You could say outskirts, but we wouldn't say it, yeah, because everyone's 1 hour. From
In
London.
comparison with your country, I mean the size of country, it's not outskirts. Okay.
Yeah, but if I live, for example, 20 minutes away, yeah, you would say outskirts, but it's relative, yeah. So it's about the size of your country. Okay, so Sabri,
Yes.
you live in the outskirts, right? You live just outside
Outside.
of your city.
My city. Outside.
So I live in the outskirts of my city.
I live city in the outskirts.
I live in the outskirts of my city.
I live in the outskirts.
I live in the outskirts of.
Okay. I live in the outskirts of my city.
Do you know they say both? Yeah, we live on the outskirts of town. We live of my city. We live on the outskirts of town. We live on the outskirts of my city. We live. I'm sure you can say both. We live in. I'd say I live in the outskirts of London, but I live on the outskirts of town. Well, let's say on the outskirts because it says this on the text, yeah? But I personally have heard both, but maybe it's just a failure, yeah? So maybe it's just a, native speaker kind of misunderstanding with it. Okay, so we live on the, let's learn that. Let's learn this. We live on the outskirts. I live on the outskirts, but I would say also in the outskirts. So, but let's follow this. Let's follow this. Okay, so I live on the outskirts of my city. And what do you say, Sabri? What is it like to live on the outskirts of your city?
I live in the outskirts my city.
Yeah, so I live in the outskirts or on the outskirts, whatever you want to say.
Only.
Yeah,
maybe,
you could.
Maybe we can't outside. Outside.
Okay, so but would you like to live on the outskirts?
Yes, I do.
So would you prefer to live? Would you prefer to live on the outskirts of town?
Usually apartments. I live apartment.
So, yep, but a location in the city or outside of the city?
I like maybe street, maybe coffee and library. I like city.
Yep. Okay. But in the sense, would you prefer? Meaning, is it better for you to live in the center or outside? Okay. In the. For example, okay. So I'll share my cam. No, don't apologize. Okay, so here's my city, okay? If I live in my city, I would live there. Anywhere in this circle, if I live on the outskirts, this is just around, okay? So your city borders are this line here, but to live on the outskirts is just outside,
Okay, understand.
Cool.
Maybe smaller amount and home outside.
So a little, yeah? So, or you could say on the border of. So if the outskirts, for example, would be here.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, but you could say on the border of, yeah? Which is just on the line,
Around,
cool.
maybe.
Okay, and what's the difference then between living on the outskirts and in the city? What's the difference? Compare. So is it better to live on the outskirts or is it better to live in the city?
My city beautiful and big city.
Sure. So therefore it would be better to live in the city, not on the outskirts.
Outskirts.
So better to live in the city, okay? For you.
I live
the outskirts.
I live in the city.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't live outside.
Do you prefer means, is it better for you, is it good for you to live here and not here? Do you prefer to live here and not here? Better? Worse? What is better? In or out?
I I do prefer to live because my job and my family in the city.
Yes, perfect. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I wanted. Yes. So I prefer to live in inside my city, in the center of my city, because of my work and because of my family.
Yes.
Yeah? So for you, it is better to live in your city rather than on the outskirts. Okay.
And all friends in the city.
Yes, these are things that I want to say. So it's better to live in the city for friends, for work, and for family. On the outskirts, it's not so convenient. So it's not.
I don't hear.
Others, because I'm typing. Sorry, it's not so convenient for me to live on the outskirts of my.
I didn't hear you.
Here we go. So it's not so convenient for me to live on the outskirts of my city because my job, family, and friends are in the city. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
No worries. No worries. Zan is there. Are you there? Zan? Okay, can't hear you. Yeah, we'll come back. And Marigeli is there. Marigeli.
Marigeli.
One more time.
Marigeli.
Marigeli. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Where are you from?
Mexico.
From Mexico. Great. And have you been learning English for a long time or for a short amount of time?
More or less.
So how many months? How many years?
Oh, my age?
Oh, no. How long have you been learning English?
Oh, like since I was 12, I think.
Okay, so that's all right. Cool. Okay, so Marigeli, where do you live in Mexico? Do you live in the city or on the outskirts?
In the city.
You live in the city, yeah? So you're a city girl. Cool.
Yeah.
And would you prefer to live in the city or on the outskirts?
In the city.
In the city, yeah. Not another way of saying outskirts is kind of like the suburbs, yeah. You can say the suburbs as well.
Like more like in the country or something.
Yeah. So that could be suburbs, yeah, like the suburbs. Islam, what about you? Would you prefer to live in the city or on the outskirts?
Again, sorry, again.
Okay. Would you prefer to live in I can hear some background noise. I'm just going to mute some people. Don't be offended. I can just hear some noise. Hello? Where's it coming from? I'm going to mute all of you, and we'll see where it's coming from. Where is it? Right. Okay, I can still hear some background noise. Okay, guys, could you all check that everything's not okay, we found it. Okay, cool. So maybe I muted you, so when you want to speak, unmute yourself, okay? Just because there was some noise. Islam, is it better for you to live in the city or on the outskirts or in the suburbs?
No, in the city.
In the city is better. Why?
It's better weather than others.
The better weather, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, because the weather is better in there, it's warmer. They say that about London, it's always like 2 degrees warmer in London than any other part of the UK, because of maybe the industry and the pollution stuff. Could be. Okay, so Igor, what about you? You're saying it's better in the city.
I would say that on the one hand, it's better
yes.
in the city because of better. Can we say better infrastructure?
Yeah, better infrastructure. Yep.
Better infrastructure, lower criminality,
a low rate of crime or low crime rate? Lower crime rate.
Lower crime rate, and this is it. But on the other hand, it's better to live on the outskirts, because you can have your own house at a cheaper price.
Yep.
With a good garden and with silent. How we can say that it's silent without noise?
So it's peaceful, you can say.
Yeah, with in a peaceful place, but you can have, however, you can have problems with how we can say that someone come and some theft.
Yeah. So theft. Yeah, there's problems with theft, maybe.
Yeah, problems with theft, because if you live in the city, is more secure. Yeah, or is secured.
Yep. It's more secure. More secure.
It's more secure to live in an apartment, because here we don't have so much theft.
Yep.
Or thieves. Or theft. So, but in outskirts we have more theft, because houses are not secured.
Okay.
Not secured.
So the buildings are not so secure that they're houses rather than flats, and yeah, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to get Zan. Zan, are you there?
And Steve.
Oh, sorry, did I say your name incorrectly?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect, cool.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sure. Did I
good.
pronounce your name correctly?
No,
Is it Zan?
no.
Okay, correct me.
I don't know. Can you do it?
Zan.
Chan.
Chan. That's with
Chan.
a C, isn't it? Yeah, so Chan, that's Chan. Like Chan, huh?
Just tell me Jenny, okay?
Jenny?
Jenny.
Jenny
Yes.
is Johnny would be better. Jenny is a girl's name, but Johnny, maybe Johnny. Okay, so
Jenny?
Jenny is a girl's name. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
A girl, but your name is Jan. Jan or
Yes.
Chan?
Yeah. Guo Zhan.
Cool. Guljan. Okay, so other way around as well. Okay, so Guljan. Okay, so Guljan, nice to meet you. And where are you from?
From Beijing, China.
So the capital city. So you're a good one to ask. Do you live in Beijing or on the outskirts of Beijing?
Right in Beijing.
Right in the center. Yeah, in the center.
Yes, right in
Cool.
the center.
Right, and I want you to tell me, Go, some advantages and disadvantages to living in the city, to living in the center of Beijing, compared with living on the outskirts.
You know, it's too many people crowded in the center. Too many people, too many cars, and the air is terrible.
Yes.
You know, you need to take a mask.
Face mask, yeah.
Sometimes, not every day, sometimes, and you must pay lots of money for your house, the rent.
So it's more expensive, and
Yes,
the
more
environment
expensive.
is not so clean, you can say. So usually, if you live in the city, there's more pollution. Yep.
Yes, but I
This
have
stupid
to.
earphone always does this. Yeah.
But I have to live in here because I work here. My company is here. You know, Beijing is a very large city. You can live a too far place from your company. That would cost maybe 2 hours from your home to city.
So you have to be where the work is.
Yes, I have to live nearby my company, so I have to live.
On one hand, I like my city because this. On the other hand, this. Compare the advantages of outskirts, living on the outskirts, and the advantages of living in the city. So just summarize what you just said. Say, on the one hand, the advantages of living in the city are blah, 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 blah. On the other hand, the advantages of living on the outskirts would be. Okay, could you summarize it?
would be nice people.
Sure.
and
So-
cheap for the rent, and
Yeah.
you know, and the environment will be better.
Yeah, so on the one hand, it's better to live in the center of Beijing because of job opportunities. However,
Yes, job.
on the other hand, it's better to live on the outskirts of Beijing because the air is cleaner and, you know, more open space. Things like that, you could say. Okay,
Yes,
good.
open space.
In that case, we're going to go back to the sheet I sent you. I'm going to send you it again just in case you haven't seen it. But you should be able to see my screen in any case. Okay, let me send it to you and we'll go through it. Oh, where are we? Cool. Okay, I prefer to, no name, that's a good name. Okay, Sabri had to go, that's a shame, but that's cool. Okay, so I prefer to live in the center because all the things are close, all the things are at hand, yeah, meaning quite close, yeah, you can access them quite easily. Things are at hand, I would say. No. Okay, or things are convenient. Okay, please all open this and we're going to have a look at this. So that was the first kind of phrase, whatever, on the outskirts, to live on the outskirts of town. And it's a very nice location. We talked about location in the previous class, so we won't talk about it now, but location is just where you live.
Place.
Yes, the place. So my location at the moment, I'm located in Germany, in the east of Germany, but normally I'm located in the UK. Okay? So it's where you are, the place you are. And it's a very nice location. In this text, it says it's a very nice location. This person likes the place he's living in. He likes living on the outskirts of town. Clear? No questions, okay? So, we used to live in the center, but we moved to our present flat. Okay, to move somewhere. What does this mean? To move somewhere.
Can you say to commute?
Not necessarily to commute, it's more permanent. So when you move somewhere, it's a permanent thing. Well, when I say permanent, it could be for 6 months, it could be for a year, 10 years, but not for a day. Okay? To move somewhere. What does this mean, Eslam? What's happening? Can we hear you?
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so do you understand this? To move somewhere. Eslam? To move somewhere. To move house, for example, or to move to another city. Okay, I'll write this down. To move house. To move.
I don't know.
No worries, no worries.
To change your location of living.
I see that before.
Next week, for example, I'm moving back to the UK. Meaning, I'm in Germany now, I'm living in Germany, but next week, by the end of next week, I will be living in the UK. Okay? So I will move back. I move back because I did live in the UK. Now I don't, but I'm going back. So to move back. If I was, for example, to go to Moldova to see Igor and to live in Moldova, I would move. I wouldn't say I've moved back. I would say I've moved to. I'm moving to Moldova. Yeah? Or Turkey, or wherever. Yeah? So to move is to change your location. Go. Have you ever moved before? Have you ever changed your location? Have you always lived in Beijing?
John or me?
Yes. I was in Wuhan. In fact, I just moved to Beijing 2 months ago.
Yes. Okay. So recently, I recently moved to Beijing. You can say, yeah. I recently.
Yes. So.
Have you always lived in Beijing, or would you like to move to another city, or indeed another country?
maybe if I have a chance, I would like to move to America.
So you'd like to move to America. Cool. Do you have a particular city in mind that you'd like to move to, or just generally? Anywhere?
Not exactly a city.
I
for
fancy
me.
California.
Maybe
now.
San Francisco, maybe.
Me too. Yeah, that was in my head. Yeah, good weather and quite cool city.
Yes.
Okay.
Quite cool.
Marigeli. Ah, okay, wait. Marigeli. M. Yes, so cool. M. No. Okay.
I understand.
Marigeli. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you always lived in Mexico?
I've always lived here in Ciudad Victoria, Tamaulipas, and I have never ever moved out of here.
Would you like to?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay, and do you have any places in mind? Would you stay in Mexico, or would you like to go to another city in another country?
I would really like to go to US or maybe to England.
Okay, so that's cool. So US or the UK, any particular city? What kind of city would you like to move into? Would you like to move into a big city or a small city? A city with good weather, or what? What's important?
I think probably I would like to move to a big city, like New York or I don't know. I've always had in mind New York, and I don't know why, but I've always liked rainy weather, so that's why I like England.
Sorry, you like rainy weather?
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, you're welcome anytime. In that case, I'd recommend Manchester. Cool. Okay, Manchester's in the north. It's very, very rainy. Yeah. So when I was there last week or so, it rained all the time. I was very soaked. So Manchester then. Yeah. So that's a good one for you. Laszlo, what about you? Have you ever moved in your life? It could also be about moving home. So you've moved from one apartment to another apartment. Have you ever moved, Laszlo?
Sorry, have you ever moved?
Have you ever moved cities? Have you gone to a different city or moved to a different apartment before?
My son is stay in UK in Utah. I think I move her.
So to Exeter, did you say?
Sorry?
Did you say to Exeter? So your son lives in Exeter?
Exeter?
Is it Exeter in the UK?
Yes.
So Exeter, yeah, nice city, yes, cool. And you would like to move to Exeter?
Utah. Sorry.
Could you write this down? Please, could you write this? Where's this? Utah Texter. Is this in the UK? I'm embarrassed if it's in the UK and I don't know. Wait a second, let's search for this. Okay. Utah. Is it called? Utah Texter. That's a cool name. Wait. Search for this. Near Burton-Trent. Okay, Burton-Trent I know, but I haven't heard of this place. I'm curious now. Wait, quickly. Okay, and what's he doing there? Is he studying or is he working? Utah Texter. What's he doing there? Or Laszlo?
Sorry.
Why did he move?
My son is stay in Utah, and I visit them.
Okay, yeah. So he moved to because so usually people move to another city because of I don't know, they want a new environment, they want a new place. Oh wait, we found it. Good. Look at this. Cool. You know, okay. It's Market Town. That's cool. Wow, your UK geography is potentially more.
Sorry. Right.
That's cool. No, I haven't heard of it, but that's cool. Utah Texter. Okay, so Exeter.
To Exeter. Thank you.
No, I don't. No, that's not how you say.
No,
Utoxeter. Utoxeter. Sorry, Utoxeter.
This is
A small town.
England. West England is that again? Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm from the UK, but I haven't heard of this yet. But that's cool. So it's in Staffordshire. Okay. So why did he move?
I visit my son and I think I work in Utrecht.
Sure. Okay. So I would like to move to this place, which it's a really weird. It's not a usual name as well for English towns. So that's cool. That's interesting. Okay. So he moved because no, he moved because of this, and you would like to move for work, yeah? For work reasons, to get a job. Cool. Okay, so, Islam, where would you like to move to?
Islam.
Islam? Are you there? Okay, yeah, so would you like to move to another city or to another country?
To Cairo.
To Cairo.
Cairo.
And why would you like to move to Cairo?
It's it's bigger than my city, and it have a lot of picnic, of green areas, and something like that.
So it's convenient, yeah? There's lots of opportunities, lots of facilities, things like this. Okay, so these are lots of reasons why people move to a new place. Can you give me some more reasons? Why do people want to move? So we've talked about for work, for maybe studying are 2 reasons. Go, can you give us more reasons? Why would people want to move? Why would people want to change their city or their country? Why?
For job, things like that.
Okay, so work, I would say. So why would people like to move cities? Or what else? Laszlo, why do people like to move? Reasons.
Where you people like to move? I think the people like to move the countries.
Why?
Why? Miért? Why? The criminal is good and the air are fresh.
The hope for a better climate. Yeah, that's not a reason for the UK, so I can assure you. Yeah, so lots of British people want to move to places like Spain, to places like Australia, for this reason. They don't like the rain, yeah? It's not like, yeah, so they want the better climate. That could be a reason. What else? So, Mark-Kelly.
Probably unemployment.
Yes.
So
poorness. For what, sorry?
For being poor, like trying to find a better way of living.
Yeah, better standard of life, better quality of life.
And maybe because of war or too much insecurity.
Yeah. So basically, war and suppression. Oh wait, suppression. I think it's that. Okay, so suppression. If you feel suppressed in your country, that means you don't feel free. You would want to try and go to another country, yeah, or for political reasons, things like this. Okay, that's cool. So let's go back to the point. So we moved to our present flat. What does this mean, present, in this context? Present. Go. What does this mean? Our present flat. we move to our present. Our present flat. My present. My. Okay, what I've given you some examples. Present flat, present job, present girlfriend, present whatever, okay? Do you understand this word present? Go.
Means right now.
Yeah, at the moment. Yeah, my
At the moment.
present job. The job I'm doing at the moment. My present flat, the apartment, or my present apartment, the apartment I'm living now. Also, another word for this is current. So my current. Current just means now, right now. Okay, so I presently live, or I currently live in Mexico. Yeah, you would say, Markelly. So I currently or presently.
Okay.
At the moment I live, but maybe it could change in the future. Like I said, I currently live in Germany, but next week I won't. Yes, that kind of thing. Okay. I currently teach on Verbling. Yes, so that's at the moment. At the moment. Go. What's your current job or your present job? You said you worked earlier. So what's your current or your present job?
My job?
Your current job.
My
or
current
present.
job?
Yeah.
I'm an editor for a website.
And is this your permanent job, or is it a job that maybe you will change in the future?
Yes, I think I don't know how long, but maybe one day I will change it.
Okay, and because current and present can be used if you will always work in that job, or if you don't know. Yeah, it's just at the moment. That's all it means. At the moment, you don't know where the future will lead. Yeah. So you currently live in Beijing, and will you always live in Beijing? Go.
No, definitely. I will. I'm not gonna new here forever.
Okay, so I presently or I currently live in Beijing. However, I want to move to a new place in the future. Perfect. Yes. Laszlo, what about you? Okay, so tell us about your something current that's happening. Yeah, so something that's happening for you at the moment. You currently live.
I currently live in Hungary.
Yeah.
And I will live in UK.
Yeah, so I currently live in Hungary. However, I will move to the UK. Yeah, link UK. Everything we're learning. Yeah, I will move to the UK. Perfect. Okay, so welcome, Laszlo. You're going to be in the north. I'll be also moving to the north. Okay, to experience something different. Okay, so that's cool. In that case, let's go on. But we moved to our present flat when we had children because there's more space for them to play and it has nice views. What does it mean, views? To have a nice view. To have a nice view.
That you have that you can see good things around. For example, when there is a beach, you have a nice view.
Cool. Yeah. So it's basically you have something good to look at. Yeah. It's a nice view. The nicest view in Mexico. What is it? Did you say? Where would you like to live?
I don't know. As I don't like a lot of beach or a lot of sun, I would like to live in the center of the city, Ciudad de Mexico.
Okay. Yeah. And is it important for you to live in an apartment with a good view? So would you like to live, for example, in a penthouse with a view of the city?
Not really. I wouldn't really mind living in a flat or something.
So you wouldn't like to live in a flat, you'd prefer to live in the house?
Not that I prefer it, but I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, cool. Go, would you prefer to live in an apartment with a nice view, for example, in a penthouse, or would you prefer to live, or is that not important for you?
That's not important for me.
So you don't care what the view is?
I just want to live in a cheap house. That's all.
So cost, yes.
In fact, there are no nice view in Beijing. Don't expect too much.
Yeah, but you're probably saying that because you're used to it. Yeah, I find this. I could say that. Oh yeah. In London, what big whoop? There's a clock and a big wheel. Big whoop. But I guess it's different. Yeah. So, Zan, what's the nicest view in China?
Nice view. I think there are some beautiful nice view. I mean the culture, the nature. I mean, oh no. For example, Xizang. Do you know this place?
Is it a province?
Xizang. It's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful place. I think the nature things, some of the nature things.
So nature, not like the urban landscape, you can say. So you would prefer to see the nature and not some kind of urban landscape. I'll write these words down. Urban landscape is like, for example, I will learn your name really, really, really one day. Could you say it one more time, please? Mary Kelly. Right?
The problem is I think that may in English maybe Taipei or what?
Like to type it?
Yeah. Could you? How do you? The problem is with me.
I don't know. I don't know if it correct.
Oh, Tibet. Yeah, Tibet. Yeah, it's Tibet. Cool. Okay, so sorry, Mary, get it. How do I pronounce the G? Yeah, that's the problem. One more time.
Like don't make it like sound like if you were saying jelly. Just say like Mariheli.
Heli, Mary Heli. Okay, cool. So Tibet, yeah, something like this with nature. You would say go. Okay, cool. And Mary Heli, you would prefer an urban landscape, yeah, as a view, an urban landscape.
Yeah.
Like New York, yeah, Times Square.
Yeah.
Cool, I think so too. Yeah, I'm up for that. Laszlo, what about you? A natural view or an urban landscape?
Sorry?
Laszlo, would you prefer to have a view of the nature in your apartment or house, or a view of the city? So the skyscrapers, the big tall buildings.
I prefer the landscape. I don't like the skyscape.
So you prefer the mountains, things like this, yeah? That's cool.
Yeah.
Or guys, you're not greedy, yeah? You're not greedy. I thought someone would say I prefer both, yeah? So, okay, that's cool. Igor, what about you? Urban landscape or natural view?
I would prefer a house, how we can say, on the beach or near the beach?
Yeah, on the beach, yep, on the beach.
A house on the beach with the view on the ocean or sea.
Yeah.
Beautiful view, and my location to be not far from city.
Yeah.
About 1 hour. How we can say this in a complete sentence?
So you could say on the outskirts, yeah?
Sorry?
You could say on the outskirts.
No outskirts. I would prefer that my house would be on the beach and not far from city, so I can...
conveniently located between the city and the beach.
No. To be on the beach, but city, if I would want to go to city, would take me 1 hour, I mean.
Okay, so within commuting distance of the city. I'll write this down. Within...
Yeah, no more than 1 hour.
Commuting distance of the city. So you'd like to live on the beach, but within commuting distance, meaning you can get there to get to work. It won't take too long.
Yeah. So for how we can say, for many things. I mean, okay, I will remember this word because then
They're
you
within
can
commuting distance. Yep,
yeah,
so
but
not-
for not distraction, but um, for more opportunities in city you have. I mean,
okay, so you want
more
the best of
interesting.
both worlds. Yeah,
Sorry,
the best of both worlds.
you
Alright.
type and I can hear you.
So I want the best of both worlds, meaning I want to live in the beach, on the beach. I want to live it's kind of like in the natural area, but I want to also have the convenience of the city. So
Yeah, I want to the best of both worlds. I want to live on the beach, but also I want to have how you said city.
I want to be within commuting distance of the city to
Yeah.
for the opportunities. Yeah, so you want the best of both worlds to have the what did I say? I said a word. I can't remember.
Yeah, to within commuting distance of the city.
Cool.
It's very
And this
hard
is-
to say you see, simple sentence I can say, but when it goes to say 3 sentences in one phrase, it's very hard for me.
Good to build it, but that's right. And that's what most people want to do in the UK. Very few people, well, some people want to live in London. Of course, it's a big city, but lots of people who work in London choose to live in a smaller town within commuting distance because you know, if they're working, they're spending most of their time in London. They can go to the pubs in London in the evenings, but at the weekends they just don't want to be there. You know, so they want the best of both worlds. They want to have the career, they want to have the London life, but they also want to have a bit of quiet on a Sunday, yeah, to go for a walk and stuff. So lots of people commute to London and live outside, yeah, so live in a smaller town, yeah, like my town. That's a commuting town. Most people who live there don't work in the town, they work in London, they commute. Yes, that's quite common, but you'd say you'd like to commute. Cool. Okay, so in that case, Laszlo, what about you? Would you like the best of both worlds?
Sorry, I don't understand.
The best of both worlds. So to have the opportunities of the city, but also the kind of peacefulness and calm of the beach or the countryside. Yeah, to have both. Or would you just like to live in the city, or just like to live in the country?
I like the country.
So you would like to just live in the country?
Yes.
Cool. And Mariheli, what would you say?
I like to have a little bit of Spanish words, but it's really like from the city.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, okay, so it's the best of both worlds. You would like it, but really for you, your city girl. Cool. And Go, what about you? Would you like the best of both worlds, or you just like to live in the city or the country?
I prefer the country.
The country. Okay, that's
Yes.
cool. So
Maybe one day. Yes, maybe one day I will move to a country.
Okay, and what about, is it common in China for people to do this, to commute? Or you said earlier that most people live close to their work, or do some people come to Beijing every day from maybe smaller towns?
It's not common. Most of people just live in the city, and in fact, in China, if you are very rich, you often live in city, because the house in the city is very expensive. Only the richest man can afford it. So, but it's changing. It's changing. Some very rich men start to buy a big house in the country. Maybe they have a few houses in the city and in the country, and they start to maybe they have the holiday they will live in the country, or you know, when they back to work, they will live in the city.
So things are changing, yeah? You're saying that before,
Yes.
it was just that if you had money, you'd live in the city. Now
Yes.
people are maybe investing in other areas, yeah? So
Yes.
really other places other than Beijing, yeah? This kind of thing. I was watching so the news once on in British TV, and there was a man, a city guy from London. He's clearly probably never been anywhere else in his life apart from London, yeah? And he referred to the rest of the UK as the provinces. Yeah, so this is just like the outside part that, you know, doesn't count. So no, there's no other part of the UK apart from London, yeah? So it was very, very funny because he was like, yes, the people
What
that
did
live
he
in
do?
the provinces.
Refer, you said?
Yeah, he referred to the rest of the UK as
What is the
just-
meaning, referred?
he said that the rest
Okay.
of the UK was just the provinces. Like, you know, there's no other place apart from London.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
In my country, the same. Here, some people from my city, from capital, they think that in my country only provinces, but
Yeah.
we have some cities.
they don't hear about the other cities. Yeah. They think Bristol doesn't exist. They think Portsmouth. You know, it's just everywhere else is like the countryside. Yeah. So no one lives there. You know, it's like the deserted place. So it's interesting. Okay, but in some countries it may be. Yeah. So with the capital city, everyone lives in the capital city. I know. I don't know. Yes, this is quite interesting. Okay. Anyway, let's go on and learn maybe one or two more words before we go. That was views. Okay, that's quite clear. We rent a flat on the second floor. I'll read this for you. This is where we live. We rent a flat on the second floor. To rent. Do you know the difference between to pay money to a landlord and collect money from a tenant? I'll tell you these words. These may be a new words to you. So the landlord. Laszlo, do you know what a landlord is?
Hi, yeah. But the question,
Do you know what a landlord is?
yes, the landlord is the man, the collect the money.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, perfect. Wow, cool. So the landlord is the person who rents out his apartments for money. So, Go, you were saying that lots of people now are investing money into the countryside, are buying houses in the countryside to maybe rent out. They could rent out, I'm not sure. Or to buy, you have an apartment, but you buy another apartment as an investment to collect money, to get money, yeah?
Yes.
And if you do that, you are the landlord. So if you own 5 apartments, of course you can't live in each apartment. So you say, right, okay, I'm going to rent out this one, I'm going to rent out that one, collect money, and if you do that, you are what we call the landlord, the lord of the land.
What's the difference? What's the difference between landlord and rent?
So the rent is the thing that the landlord receives. So the landlord is the person,
Ah,
collects the rent. So if you own an apartment in Shanghai, you live in Beijing, it's convenient for you to rent out the apartment. Meaning to collect rent, but your customer, which is the tenant, will pay you rent, will rent your apartment. Igor, we talked about this before, I think, yeah?
Who is tenant, or you said who rent apartment?
The tenant, yeah. God, I've forgotten how to spell it. Wait, I can't remember if it's E-N
Yeah, but-
or N.
But I know landlord, who is landlord, I know this all kind of things.
Yeah, it's how I thought, yeah, so it's so
Do we
tenant is
have, do we have for landlord another word, like a rentee, or, you know,
Nah,
employee,
no.
employer, no?
No, it would be the landlord and the tenant. The tenant is the one that pays the rent.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the tenant. So, would anyone like to be a landlord? Or is anyone a landlord? Igor, would you like to be a landlord?
No. I would like to have a landlord. I mean, to give. So I would be,
be a
on
tenant.
the top. No, I would like to be on the top of landlords, many landlords.
So you'd like to be the mafia boss of all of them, yeah?
No,
So- yeah. So
would be work for me.
yeah,
They
okay.
they are administrators, yeah, basically.
No, the landlord is the owner, just the owner of the property. So
Okay.
when you invest. So Patricia, to clarify, the landlord is the person who owns the building. If you own an apartment, you will collect rent. You say, right, I own this apartment in London, give me £1,000 per month, would advertise it. And the tenant is the person that pays £1,000 a month to live in that apartment. Yeah, would pay the rent. So I am a tenant. Yeah, so I rent. I pay rent. I don't own a property. I don't collect rent. Yeah, that's the difference. Okay, guys, we've run out of time. I don't want to take up your time if you want to attend other classes, etc. But good to speak with you as always. Hopefully speak to you very soon. Okay, bye bye. Cheers.
Okay.